Woo! Hello, everybody. Welcome to an X-smarks the spot with me, your host, Richter Hammer, talking about the previous week in wrestling. And joining me today is Chriz, a.k.a. The Mole,
Oh, what's up, good sir?
and Marcus Shadow.
Sup, yo?
And we don't have Jim right now, but we do have his awards. Spoiler alert, he loves Ryback. I don't know. But anyway, so we have the esteemed Marcus Shadow will read his and Jim's awards. So you get double the Marcus this week. And so
Woo!
with so without much further ado, whatever, let's get to it. So our awards, first award, let's start with the double team of Marcus and Jim. So
Sure.
go ahead with whichever one you want to start with, and then just remember that for the next time.
I'll go my award first, and
Okay.
then I'll go his. So my first award, I call it the Empty Threat Award for Seth Rollins being like, I know what I have to do. I have to call out Brock Lesnar right now. Cut to Rusev and Summer Rae in the ring. It's like, what happened to right now, Seth? And he says this at about the halfway mark. Cut to post-main event, the main thing on the show, very end of the show, Seth Rollins comes out to call out Brock Lesnar. I'm like, wait, what? So much for right now.
He had to go, he said, I'm going to have to go do it right now, but it's a big arena. It takes him a while to get to the ring. Give him time. Don't rush excellence.
Yeah, I just had to Facebook, so I was like, ooh, he's going to call out Brock Lesnar right now. And then, Dolph Ziggler! I'm like, facepalm.
Now, I'm calling him out now. What happened to them? We passed them. When? Just now.
And
Right, so
Jim's first award, let me scroll on down to his. His first award is, Are You Not RKO'd? For Orton assaulting and RKOing Sheamus. Out of nowhere.
Nice.
Yep. I guess Orton
It was weird.
on, and we were supposed to care because apparently this is his return, and the crowd went wild when he came out. I'm like, I didn't really even notice he was gone.
Yep, he's been gone for a little while. And it's been like, it was weird that he just randomly pops up on a Raw.
Mm-hmm.
And
Well,
not in a main event or anything. He's just like, nope, here I am. So,
Well,
okay.
that's okay because Orton coming out RKOing someone, fair enough. The thing that threw me off was I didn't even realize he and Sheamus had a thing. I'm like, why did he just plant Sheamus? And then I think it was like Cole or someone was like, lest we forget, Randy Orton and Sheamus has had an ongoing feud, da 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 da. And I'm like, they have?
Yeah, they constantly feuded on SmackDown when I think it was Orton was champion, but the difference is Sheamus was a face, Orton was a heel at the time, and they feuded a few times since. But basically, this is maybe the first time in which Sheamus is the heel and Orton is the face, which kind of changes the dynamic. It makes it a little bit more unique. Because just as they started to have that feud last time, Sheamus went off and was doing Alberto.
Ah.
poor
Fair
Alberto.
enough. Yeah, so those are the awards. So that's Jim's first award.
All right. So, Mole, your first one?
I have two names for this, both of which are references to the same thing. I've named it Keep On Rolling. Or I've named it Jamie and the Wheeled Warriors.
Yes, I like the second one.
For J&J's road trip, where they just went round, make you care about their car. But don't worry, nothing will happen to it. And it's just trying to hype up the car and them going on like a road trip together in the car in like little tiny skits, which was slightly awkward and less funny than I thought they'd be. But it was still somewhat enjoyable, if that makes sense. I was like, okay, this should get an award, Jamie and the Wheeled Warriors.
I still have to facepalm at some of the modifications that Jamie made to the car. Like, because I don't know if you saw the images of the car, Richter, but like for whatever, I guess because redneck, he put this stripe across the bottom of the doors on both sides of camo. And then on the back, I guess it had double exhaust, and he took it and he like put like aftermarket exhaust on it and extended the exhaust. It looked really fucking gaudy. I was like, what the hell did you do to that car?
Oh, that's not just any car. That is a $56,000 2015 Cadillac CTS. Boom.
Of course, he's got custom plates, which are fine, but I was like, okay, the camo looks weird, but I can dig that. But just the exhausts, I'm like, number one, it's not practical. Number two, it doesn't even look good. What the hell are you thinking?
It looked damn good.
No, it didn't. And they, of course, obviously they did the standard stuff of, custom wheels and all that good crap.
Right. Nice. All right, my first award. I don't know if this is gonna. I don't know if anyone else is gonna say anything about the car. But as most of us know, Brock Lesnar, fought the car basically, and someone took that footage and added like Street Fighter sound effects. So I called it the "Oh My Car" award, and so they added like they had like the bonus round stuff from like the old Street Fighter 2, and like they gave him points every time he hit it, and they're like "Hurr, hurr, hurr," whenever he was like smashing it.
I have to say thank you to that. Mm-hmm. Thank you, only because I remember yesterday Jim mentioned to us one of his awards, because that's how we normally do this, is piggyback off each other, was for Brock destroying the car. And I said to him, why didn't you name it the Street Fighter bonus round? He was destroying a car.
I would also like to point out the "Oh My Car." That's from Final Fight. That's not from Street Fighter.
Yes, I know.
Okay.
Same bonus round.
Yeah,
true.
Bonus round, one of the Street Fighter games did include that.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, they added it later. I prefer the Final Fight one just because that guy, especially on the home consoles, where the guy had those like ridiculously big tears.
Yeah, that was
how
awesome.
they transferred. They were just like the size of his mouth. But
he really loved his car.
He did.
That poor car. Like I said, Jamie and the Wheeled Warriors took on a road trip. We cared about that car. We spent time with that car. That wasn't like Big Show just pushing one over. We actually had an emotional investment in this car. And that beast, he ruined it.
I heard he named that car and gave it a backstory.
I did. I was hoping it was going to be in 2K16 so I could use it for my entrance.
Yes. If they, oh my God, they won't do that. But I hope they put the bonus round where you like attack the car. That'd be so great.
And then if you're playing as Austin, you get to come out with the cement mixer and cheat.
Yes.
Which I will admit, at the time when that happened in the Attitude Era, my brother was like, "Oh, that's funny." I'm like, "That's a fucking Corvette, dude. Don't do that. That's a nice car. Come on." I might be doing it better than did that.
When he did that, I was just like, that's not that destructive. It's like breaking the windows and stuff. And I'm like, okay, it broke the windows. And I was like, wait a minute, that has to harden. Oh, yeah, that car's fucked. Like,
yeah.
Because it wasn't super flashy. And then I thought about it and I was like, yeah, that's terrible.
Yeah.
You can't do anything with that.
Like him squirting the beer and stuff on him, funny. The Zamboni to the ring, jumping in, that was funny. Yeah. Doing that to a car, I'm like, that was a nice car.
It was a nice car.
Come on. It was nicer than the piece of shit that ran you over when Rikishi did it for The Rock.
Rikishi can't afford it for The Rock.
I mean, that car, you couldn't even see into it. Almost like they didn't know where this was going. But I will also say that final joke for the car would be, you know what would have completed this the most?
What?
You know, like you wanted someone to be like, no, Final Fight style.
Mm-hmm.
It should have been Shawn Michaels. And Triple H should have come out and just rammed his head into the window again like he did for the SummerSlam feud. Just in there. And then goes, oh, sorry, Shawn. Sorry. Oh, God, what the hell have I done? Sorry, and holds it up. I got last year's script, a few years back. I got the old script. Oh, God. Oh, I'm going to get sued for this.
I'm sure you wouldn't prefer Hogan come out and be like, dude, what happened to the car? And then just gets RKO'd on the hood.
Both.
That'd be hilarious. Just people hanging in and off the car.
And then it cuts to the front row, and there's poor London smiling.
Yes.
Cars and wrestling don't mix.
No.
That's Crush Hour.
Yes.
Ha!
Oh, my game.
I bought that.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I was like, oh my god, I like WWE, I like Twisted Metal. The two together, this can only lead to good things. And it's like, no! It'd be like, I like ice cream and I like pizza. Oh, let's put ice cream on a pizza. Oh, that'd be horrible.
Yeah, that would be pretty messed up. All right, so Marcus, your second award?
All right, my second award is I couldn't come up with a really witty name for this one, so I called it the Audience Participation Award, and it's for "Let's Go Ambrose, We Believe." Because I like that chant. I thought that was awesome. I'm like, wait, what are they chanting? So I listened to it again, and they're like, "Let's go Ambrose, We Believe." I'm like, that's awesome. Bo Dallas has a chant, and it sounds awesome. Yes.
Yep. Shame they dropped him out twice.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because they had a rematch on SmackDown.
Oh, really?
Same outcome.
Oh, fair enough. Is it me, or does Bo Dallas look a little overweight now? Because it looks like he has a small gut.
I don't know, you should see his brother.
Ha!
Nice.
Well, that's what I was thinking. Like now that his face looks a little bit chubbier, and now that he's starting to get a gut, he does look like him a little bit now.
Yeah, he's probably, out of shape from them not using him.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. He has to wrestle to be in shape.
Yes. But that was awesome with the We Believe.
Yeah, I was like, I hadn't thought about that as a chant. It was like that's a natural chant. That's awesome. Jim's second award is the Bulgarian Beatdown Award.
Oh, okay.
For Rusev fakes out Ziggler and beats the shit out of him with crutches.
I was going to say, logically, wouldn't Jim's second award have been the car one I mentioned?
Oh, I guess I could. I was just going down the order he had it in. My bad.
I was just going with the thing of, yeah, we had that too. I was like, yeah, he had the same one as Richter.
No, he didn't, actually, because Jim has the actual destruction of the car. Richter had how somebody used the car and put the Street Fighter stuff to it.
True.
But, yeah, we'll get to that. But anyway, yes, that's Jim's second award.
Nice.
All right, Mole, your second award?
And I will say, I was going to say I had that too, but if we're going, but it's slightly different. Mine is, it's a miracle for Rusev attacking Dolph Ziggler because Dolph stole his woman, damn it, and now Rusev, the poor, crippled, defenseless Rusev, is healed. Why are people not praising him and being like, oh my god, you recovered. And you got Summer Rae with you. Attaboy, you are moving up.
It's all thanks to the power of positivity.
It is. I have to cheer for the heels here. I have to see things in the heel perspective. It's kind of my thing, but you have to admit, Paul. You have to admit, if you were Rusev, Rick, like, how would you feel if you injured your leg, and then some dude came along and like basically, I don't know, double dragon, like, punched your wife, put her over your shoulder, and carried her away. When you healed, you would want revenge and you would want your wife back. That's what Rusev's going through right now.
Oh.
Poor Rusev. He is the hero.
To be fair, though, if I treated her like dirt and then a gang stole her, I don't know if I'd be that concerned with getting her back.
He didn't treat her like dirt. She just didn't know her place.
Oh.
That's actually coming from his promo last week, which I read to, where he's like, now I have Summer Rae and she's a woman that knows her place and stuff. I'm like, yeah. Plus, to be fair, Lana did cost him multiple matches. That's fucking up his career. That's his career. That'd be like if your wife was to suddenly go to your work and then piss all over like one of the displays or something to try and get you fired or to get you reprimanded. It's despicable what they've put poor Rusev through.
I didn't know she was purposefully trying to get him to lose.
Unless she was purposely trying to get him to win, she pulled a Pew.
Yeah.
See, I don't think Lana's as dumb as a Pew, so therefore...
No.
I don't know.
I don't know. It's also wrong that I'm backing Rusev as like, the hero and making it like the hero's journey. Like, and at the end of the day, people always chant USA at Rusev. I think that's because they're getting behind him. Because wasn't the American dream about immigrants coming over, seeing the Statue of Liberty and being inspired to rise up and be one of you? And that's what Rusev's doing. He even held the United States Championship. Thank you. I was getting a little choked up. Just think about poor Rusev.
Poor Rusev.
Indeed.
Rusev only knows Crash.
And what would be even funnier is if Richter had never seen Raw and only heard my side of this. He's like, oh my god, that poor man. And then he watches the storyline later and he's like, wait, what? But back to Richter Hammer.
All right, so my second award is called the Raw Replay. I know this wasn't Raw, so don't bother pointing out. But on the on NXT, they showed the Finn Owens match from Beast in the East, like most of it. It's just part of it. They're like, well, if you saw this or didn't, here you go. And I'm like, okay, like it was a good match, but it's just kind of funny that they're just like, exclusively on the network, you can see this thing, but we'll show part of it because we don't want to, like, we'll just fill 15 minutes with that.
That seems stupid.
Yeah.
Oh, don't get me wrong. Not because the match was bad or anything like that. The reason I say that's stupid is I hate it when they do that on SmackDown with here's clips from Raw. SmackDown and Raw are on different networks, so logically you may not have the other network. That might encourage you to check out the other network and watch Raw. Mm-hmm. If the Beast in the East was on the WWE network and the only way to watch NXT is the WWE network, people have both.
Yeah.
If they didn't watch it, it's their own fucking fault. Let the NXT fans who actually watched it just enjoy a new show.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was kind of dumb. I was like, really? Like, I could have, it'd be nicer to have another match, I would think. An actual match. But, oh.
Yeah, or at least cut it down like they do with the beginning of, like, Raw after a pay-per-view. It's just, like, quick little shots,
yeah.
or like a 2-minute highlight reel.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think it was the full thing, but it was, like, most of it.
Well, 15 minutes is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Especially on an hour show, that's like a quarter of your show gone.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yep.
But yeah. So, but the back paint on Balor was pretty cool. That like Oni face.
Oh, I like that face. I like I liked his
cool.
paint too, and I also liked the storyline they were doing with Finn, with the whole thing that the reason he was able to actually win it is because he had to go to that dark place and let out the demon and all that stuff. I'm like, okay, that's kind of cool. Although ironically, you've done that on a lot of pay-per-views, and some of those you've lost. But we're gonna forget this, just like we forgot Kane was jobbed out for years with a mask. When he put it on, he's the unstoppable Kane. We will accept this. At least that's how I feel.
Except not, because recently when he's actually put the mask on, he still got his ass kicked. But yeah.
That was my point. When he put the mask back on, they came, oh my god, the monster's back. He's Kane with the mask. He's the unstoppable monster, and we were supposed to buy into it. And I'm like, it's hard to buy into it when he's been jobbed out, even with a mask, for fucking like most of his career.
Yeah.
True.
All right. So, Marcus, your third award.
My third award is the Jim So Jelly Award for the man in the front row wearing the Light Up Jericho jacket. I don't know if it's an official one or if it's one he did himself, but it's basically Jericho's jacket that he wears now, the black leather with the steel or aluminum or the metal arms and stuff with the blue lights. Look kind of awesome.
According to Wikipedia, jelly is a type of food. How can I be jelly? Well, fun fact, jelly was first established in 1522 when the Native Americans killed a white guy and ate his blood after it coagulated into like a jelly-like substance. Wiki canon.
Okay, then. Well, I almost missed that guy because I just kind of saw him out of the corner of my eye, and I was like, wait a minute. And then luckily they showed him a second time. I was like, he is wearing a Jericho jacket. That's kind of awesome. That needs to get an award. I was like, wow, I bet you Jim wishes he had that jacket. And of course, Jim completely missed the guy with the Jericho jacket, and he calls himself a Jerichoholic. But yeah, I thought the jacket was going on. I was like, wow, you actually went and got a full-on Jericho jacket with the lights. That's fucking awesome. And Jim's third award is
Yes, I am jelly.
Yes, he is jelly. No, it's the Ambrose Asylum is open for Ambrose getting massive pops by the crowd during his match with Bo Dallas. Because I guess Jim likes the fact that Ambrose is getting massive pops by the crowd, even though he's been getting massive pops by the crowd for the last several months. But we'll forget about that. That's okay. But yes, that's his third award. Back to the tower.
All right, Mole, your third award?
Photographic Evidence Part 2 Electric Boogaloo. Thank you. And that was during Raw, they showed multiple new pictures of Kane in Hawaii. And they weren't the ones on the site either. Some of them were different. Like, they had more ones with him in various, like, hats and outfits. And it was funny. I liked them. I don't know why. Just seeing photoshopped Kane in a Hawaiian vacation is hilarious. I swear some of these look too good to be photoshopped. Like the one with him on the site with his like doing a choke slam and oh look, they've put a drink there. Photoshop, that's kind of funny. Some of these looked like they'd actually brought Kane in and just green screened him in the actual outfits and then put them up in the Hawaiian. Like they were too lazy to photoshop. Like, no, it's cool. We got the hat. It's cool.
Yeah, those pictures are awesome. They're hilarious.
They are.
Richter needs to look those up. They're probably on the internet somewhere. You need to see the Kane Hawaiian vacation photos.
Nice.
In fact, I bet you if you go to images.google.com and just put that in Kane Hawaiian vacation photos, I bet you all of them will pop up.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, part 2, because the ones on the Raw were different to the ones on the WWE webpage.
True.
But back to Richter.
All right, my third award is called Blast from the Past, where Solomon Crowe had a match on NXT and he used the Brock Lock, and I was like, oh wow, I remember that move. But he calls it the Crowbar, which I thought was funny. But I was like, wow, that move. So I want to say somebody else has tried it in recent memory, but I don't remember who. But like, I haven't seen that move in a long time.
Mm-hmm. Well, speaking about Blast from the Past, or Blast from the recent past, when they showed the footage of Brock assaulting the car, did they show what happened after that? Like when J&J rushed the car and stuff?
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, Brock Lesnar pulled out the Kimura lock.
and
broke Jamie Noble's arm to go with his ribs.
Poor Jamie Noble.
Yeah, Jamie's kind of got all kinds of fucked up by Brock.
Yeah. Well, I don't think he actually broke his arm, but
no. But it's the Kimura lock, so we're supposed to believe that because it's a Kimura lock, he broke his arm.
That doesn't break people's arms. Look what happened with Triple H.
Break his wrist.
When he's going, yeah, I've got a broken arm, as he's narrating talking with his hands.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous. I wish he'd do that every week. It'd make my awards a lot easier.
Yeah, I thought Richter would get a kick out of that. The fact that Brock busted out the Kimura lock for once.
Yep.
Okay, Marcus, your fourth award.
Fourth award. I tried to come up with a witty one for this. I couldn't because I really wanted to get this award, and I called it the original Sin Cara Weeps Award, and that's for the Lucha Dragons coming out with hooded, sleeveless jackets with the hood up. I'm just like, no, you guys look fucking ridiculous.
I think the original Sin Cara is very happy because he's about to face Rey Mysterio on a pay-per-view. I'm not even making that up. It's a fact. I actually kind of want to see. I kind of want to see that match. If that makes sense. Like when he was in WWE, I wanted Sin Cara v Rey, and then they're a team, and I'm like, no, let them fight. And during Royal Rumbles, they teased it. Yeah,
but yeah, just aside from the fact they were wearing hooded jackets, which was just like, really, they're wearing hooded jackets? They had it up over their masks. I'm like, a hood over the Sin Cara mask just looks dumb. That looks goofy as all hell. And it's like, and then I'm sitting here thinking, all right, Cleese, so you have the hood up too. What the hell are you doing with that big ass fucking tail? I guess it's like between the jacket and your back, but still. I'm like, no, that looks dumb. No, don't wear that. And Jim's fourth and final award, and my axe for Lesnar taking access to the car. I also find it funny when Lesnar took the first axe and swung it, it embedded into the side of the door, and Lesnar couldn't get it out.
Yeah. Actually, I assume that's why he brought two.
Actually, the first axe he swung bounced off the door.
That's true. It bounced off, and then he swung it again, and then it embedded in the side of the door. Yeah. And then he did try to pull it out, but even the beast wasn't strong enough to withdraw the axe from the car.
Then Booker T pulled out the axe and said, "Yes, now I can be king again." Or William Regal did it and became a lumberjack again.
Yes.
He's a man. He's a man.
I also love how they're like, Brock Lesnar, oh my god. How does he even know how to use those axes? And I'm like, he's a fucking farmer.
True.
Yeah, it's like that's
Might
like
have to cut firewood. I don't know.
Yeah. He's like a farmer. I'm like, I'm pretty sure he knows how to use tools like axes and saws and stuff. It's like, no.
Oh, they were confused that he did. Why he knew?
No, he pulled out the axes and he held them. At one point, like, does Brock even know how to use those?
Oh, okay. Wow. That's funny.
I'm like, he's a farmer. Nah, fuck it. He's the beast incarnate. Whenever Paul Heyman doesn't need him, he just goes back into a box. Like the Raptors on Jurassic Park. I
always thought they locked him in like one of those tubes filled with fluid, like the fucking tyrant from Resident Evil.
Yeah. That's why at one point during that car thing, like I said, he's like the Raptors from Jurassic Park. But at one point, Adam Rose came out and leaned in close and goes, "Clever girl."
That line will never get old.
I know. Right?
I would pay to see Adam Rose leaning into Brock and go, "Clever girl." I don't think it'd end well for him.
Be so worth it though.
I think Brock would be like, "Did you just call me a girl? Oh, did the reference go over your head? You know what else is going over my head? What's that? Boom, F5."
That'd be a great scene.
That was one thing I was surprised didn't happen. That was one thing I was surprised didn't happen because, like, Jamie Noble rushed Brock, like, "My car, no!" And he slaps a Kimura lock on him, and Mercury runs at him, and he beats the crap out of him. I'm surprised Brock didn't pick one of them up and F5 him on the hood of the car.
I'm surprised he didn't use the axe on him.
That's the other thing I was thinking. I'm like, "What? You're rushing a big man who's wielding an axe? Do you have a death wish?"
Yeah, and they were out with 2x4s. This is the one time the weapon that the face had should logically cut the item in half.
That's true.
Yeah, Seth Rollins was the only one with the brain who elected not to leave the ring.
I would laugh if Sting had come out and swung his baseball bat at the axe and cut it in half.
That'd be awesome.
And Brock just looks down all confused, like, "Hmm?" Brock no understand. I don't know why I want Brock to talk in Hulk speak.
Because that'd be awesome.
Paul Heyman does, yeah, it would be. And Paul Heyman doing like his, "I am the one behind the one, and I'm the advocate," and all this crap. And then when Brock finally gets the microphone, it's like, "Brock, smash." It'd be that just work.
Brock, mercenary, yeah.
Yeah. I'm tempted in 2K15 to give him Page's entrance to see if he gets the scream of "ah" when he leaves.
You should do it just for the experiment.
Yeah.
If they bring back Story Designer, please have him talk in that Hulk speak.
Yes. I will, and I'll also have a feud.
Call Brock girl.
Yeah, I'll also have a feud that starts with him and Adam Rose. Adam Rose being clever girl.
Brock, no girl. Brock smash.
Betty?
Then it has to lead up to WrestleMania, him versus Rusev, Smash versus Crush.
Yes.
Yes. They should do that in real life. I want to see Brock v. Rusev. I think that'd be a good feud.
Oh, you said they should do it in real life? I thought you were about one of the Demolition guys against Crush from WWE. You used to do the Head Crusher.
No, but don't you guys think Smash v. Crush would be a good feud in real life?
That'd be hilarious. Yes.
That would be.
Especially if that's what it was. No names or anything, just Smash v. Crush.
I mean, Rusev would probably get his ass handed to him, but it'd still be awesome.
Just like Triple H needs to feud Brock Lesnar, because at one point Triple H clearly ended the streak by losing to him. That'd just be amazing, but no.
Hammer versus X.
That's going to be a feud when I put you against Axl Rose.
Oh, okay.
It's not Axl Rose. Curtis Axel, thank you. Axl Rose
just
Guns N' Roses.
Of Adam Rose and Curtis Axel for Axl Rose.
I did, or like I said, Guns N' Roses reference by mistake.
Billy Gunn and Adam Rose, Guns N' Roses. Anyway.
Axl Rose, the new Mega Powers. The new Mega Powers.
Triple threat: Smash v. Crush v. Slash.
Yes.
All right, so Mole, your fourth one.
My fourth award is called Marcus. You're welcome.
Okay.
And that goes to Bo Dallas, who, as he came out on SmackDown, he said, "Look at what I did to The Rock. Last week at a live WWE event, I inspired The Rock. Now he has a hit HBO show, all thanks to me. And if I can turn some bland, unattractive people like that into megastars, think of what I can do for you, Dean."
Wow.
And even Jay, I think it's Jimmy or Jay, I don't know which one. It's Jimmy, I'll say. It's Jimmy Uso on microphone, on the commentary, and even he says, does he forget the fact we know what happened at the live event? He got a rock bottom and had a people's elbow done to him. And one of the commentators like, yeah, I think he means that inspired The Rock somehow. And Jimmy's like, The Rock was already big. Yeah, but now he's even bigger. All thanks to Bo Dallas. So there you go, Rock, you're welcome. Well, not Rock. What's your name? Mark?
Mini Rock?
Mark? Not Mark. I don't know why I called him Mark. That's a combination of Rock and Mark.
Fusion. Ha!
But you're welcome, Marcus. From Bo Dallas, you're welcome. Back to Hammy.
All right.
I am neither Marcus nor Rocky. I am the one that will lay the smackdown on your Rudy Poo candy ass.
And do it with delight.
Exactly. There you go.
And be like, I will show you the Rudy Poo candy ass.
Yeah.
Like, no, don't do.
Rock.
Fix the lines a different way. Don't do that.
Yeah, The Rock and Marcus joined together with basically those washed-up celebrities to open up like Christmas lights in a city to show people the people's lights.
Wait, if I fused with The Rock, would I have to commit suicide?
Don't let the fact you haven't fused with The Rock stop you.
Wow.
Thanks.
He should be a counselor.
You can commit suicide. All you gotta do is leave.
Yeah.
And they're like, wait, how did you get through so many calls? I just told them to go ahead and do it. What? Reverse psychology, it'll work. What's the worst that could happen?
30% of the time, it works 100% of the time.
Yeah.
All right.
Award.
My fourth award is the Legal Tender Award for, of course, NXT. Enzo Amore's pants had images of $100 bills on them, and they looked gaudy as hell. But it was just funny because he had money pants.
I love the fact you said legal tender.
Yeah.
No, only because that's the phrase that people over here have mentioned. Only ever comes up over here when people try to pay for, say, like a bottle of beer or something with a Scottish note. And then out of nowhere, a Scottish guy will always emerge and be like, "I think you're fine, pal. That's legal tender." And it's like, wait, what? I don't know why.
Yeah, I usually do that because back one of my other jobs, instead of saying that's money, we just started saying that's legal tender, just to be silly and different.
Nice.
So instead of money, usually I'm like, that's legal tender.
I also like the fact that Richter goes, one of my other many jobs, and it's like,
yeah, one of my previous jobs.
He's married, he has kids, he's bald, he's had multiple jobs, different seasons. He's Homer.
Sure.
And he's lovable. He's Homer.
No.
Although that might be Richter if he ever gets a brain transplant with Pew.
Fusion. Ha.
Fusion. Yeah.
It exists.
Don't they exist? Oh.
$20. I wanted a peanut.
Is it wrong that I now want to download the recording of this thing when it's done, just to get the sound clip of Fusion?
Oh.
That's the greatest thing ever.
You need PLC for every game. Just replace the stuff with Yeah. I do It's like that's dance fireball.
Hame.
Yeah. And at the end of the game, even if you've done shit, it goes, oh my god, you got like a bajillion points or whatever.
You found all the collectibles. There are collectibles in Street Fighter?
We'll hope.
All right. I've made peace with that.
I will say for the record, for people listening, it's all Richter. He inspires badness in all of us. Thank you.
You believe.
I do. Like, when Richter's not around, I've been, before now, recommended to become a vicar. That's how good and pure I am.
Okay, then.
I also wanted to become a politician, because that's how full of shit I am.
Nice.
But somewhere along the lines, I believe we're on Richter's 5th award. Or 4th.
That's yeah. Well, that was it. It was just his money pants.
The pants.
The money pants.
Yeah.
I don't know where he bought them, but I could take a guess. Anyway.
I want some money. I want some money pants. That way, every time I get an erection, I can watch my money grow.
Nice.
Do you reckon those pants will be in 2K?
Yeah, making change.
Make it change. Do you reckon those pants are going to be in 2K16?
Oh, they should be. If he is.
He probably will. If they expand NXT to include most of the NXT roster, he's probably going to be in it.
Nice.
But will he be up to date?
Who knows? Is the game ever up to date?
No, but there's some superstars they at least try for more. Like, I can guarantee you Cena will probably have maybe his latest T-shirt, or it'll be DLC. Free DLC.
True.
But with the upload superstar editor, you could just edit money and then put it all over his pants.
There you go.
Yeah. I wonder, with Finn Balor, I wonder if they're going to give him multiple different costumes for different body and face paints.
I could kind of see his face paint being like Undertaker's entrance, where like certain pay-per-view stages he gets the druids, where this one certain pay-per-view ones he's the demon, other ones he's like normal Finn Balor.
Yeah, that could work too.
You want the animation and just put different people in it, and that's one day of laughing right there.
Oh, I already have the animation. It's Boogeyman's. Just without holding a clock. And less stupid, but it becomes awesome.
So, Marcus, your 5th award?
All right, my fifth award, I call it the Future Endeavored Award for news. And there's two pieces of news with this. The first one is WWE fires Executive Vice President of Content Lisa Fox-Lee after only 6 months in the position. She had worked for WWE since '95 in various positions, eventually becoming promoted to VP of Content at the beginning of this year. They created the position in an effort to manage all content under one umbrella, which means basically she oversaw development and distribution of all WWE content across all platforms, including overseeing WWE Creative. She reported directly to Vince McMahon, and internally the decision to promote her was seen as rash and that she wasn't the right person for the position. Instead of demoting her back down to the jobs she did well, and acknowledging that they kind of fucked up and probably shouldn't have created the position in the first place, they fired her outright and returned the hierarchy to how it was, but without her. So they kind of used her as a scapegoat, I suppose.
That's
which I'm
America to me.
Yeah, I'm just like, wow, that's kind of a dick move. In related news, WWE Senior Vice President of Digital Content Robert Bernstein left the company for a more senior position with IPG Media Brands Publishing. This is seen as a major blow to WWE, as he was instrumental in monetizing WWE's YouTube channel, launching Up Up Down Down with Austin Creed, overseeing the WWE app, and growing WWE.com. So basically, they just lost the guy who was in charge of all their web shit.
Yeah, except I reckon he's probably put stuff in place so that they know how to run it successfully now.
I think we just figured out where Jim really is.
Yeah. Jim is Lisa.
I don't know. All the
He's trying
news
to
reports
apply
of this,
to.
all
Like,
the
I'll
news
fill
reports of this that I've
Lisa's
seen.
spot.
Yeah. All the news reports of this that I've seen are saying that like WWE is like reeling from this one just because he was so important and crucial to how the organization ran. Because like I said, he was basically in charge of all the web stuff, and he was like, "Yeah, I quit." And they're like, "Oh fuck, now what do we do?"
Like yeah. Like I said, they'll recover because, like I said, they had the vision for this, so I reckon working under him, they'll at least know what he was doing enough to be able to keep going. If that makes sense, like WWE have had big people similar to that leaving before now, like when Richter made that joke then a second ago, like Vince Russo at one point, he was the guy, if you believe him, that created Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock, and he went to WCW and proved he was full of shit. Because it takes a team in WWE.
True.
Yeah.
I do feel kind of bad for Lisa Fox-Lee though for being put into that position because like it's like okay cool I get this big ass promotion, everything's gonna be under me, but as a lot of the article said, by being promoted into that position where she's basically directly under Vince McMahon and she reports directly to him, in doing that she lost all job security. Because if you're working, I assume it's because if you're working under Vince McMahon, like directly with him, if shit goes wrong, he's going to throw you under the bus because Vince McMahon. And I'm like, ooh, that kind of sucked. And like, because it's not like she was doing bad in her other jobs. I mean, obviously she's been there since '95. She's obviously been doing stuff right in the positions she was in, and she's obviously been doing them well enough that they looked at her, or at least Vince looked at her and said, yeah, she might be good in this position. So it's not like she was, not valuable or anything. To me, it feels like shit went bad. They or Vince realized, hey, maybe we shouldn't have tried to umbrella everything, and then scapegoated her. And I'm like, oh, I don't like that.
Mm-hmm.
That makes me feel really bad for her. I'm like, oh wow, you just got screwed.
Yep.
I don't know what you guys think about that.
Now, like I said, it does seem bad for her. But sadly, stuff like that happens every day.
It does.
Yeah.
So
it sucks, but it's not unexpected.
Yep.
And I think the reason why this made
Global Force Wrestling will probably hire her.
Maybe. I think the reason why this has been one of the bigger headlines, aside from just the way she was fired and stuff like that, and some of the reasons behind it, is because in the last... What's that?
One of the reasons is slow news week.
No, it's because in the last year, 6 months to a year, like there's been such a high turnaround in the WWE senior executives that it's making the radars of like all the business analysts and stuff because they're just saying, WWE's basically either firing or either firing their senior staff or their senior staff is outright quitting, and that's not good news in terms of WWE as a business. And people are saying, well, what does this mean for WWE as a business if the turnaround in its upper echelon is this high? And so that's why it's making a lot of news because people are starting to get worried. Well, not starting, but they're like, yeah, if people are leaving like that or getting fired like that, is WWE gonna, are they finally fucking up completely here? Is this signs of really, really bad shit coming down?
Well, it could be a sign of really, really good shit.
Possibly.
Because how often has people complained that WWE is stale and shit? So if we got all new heads for WWE, couldn't that be something refreshing that comes out of this?
It could, but technically Lisa was a new head. She's only been in the position for 6 months.
Yeah, but she's been in the company since '95. So, yeah, like you said, which means she's got the old mentality, which means we need something new and refreshing in WWE to just stir it up a bit.
True. True.
Personally, I still like WWE, but I do admit now and again they do some stupid stuff.
Yeah.
More on that later.
Mm-hmm.
Although I do have to say, as far as creative is concerned, since they've umbrellaed it and she's been overseeing the whole thing for 6 months, I think it's done better under her umbrella than it's done in the several years before her umbrella. I think it's better now than it's been in a while.
Yep, like you had to love her Royal Rumble. Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't say it was perfect, but I'm just saying, generally speaking,
she gave the fans what they want.
She did, sadly.
Yeah.
Yep, kind of. But yeah, I mean, I don't know if you guys agree with that, but I feel that it's better now than it's been in a while, and I'm pretty sure it's probably not indicative of the job she was or wasn't doing, but I'm just saying, if you just look at it from the pure, dates and number standpoint, since they decided to umbrella it and put her at the head, the creative at least has actually been better, in my opinion.
To be fair, I'd say WWE's got better over the last maybe year or two because they've finally realised they need to focus on the new talent, which Triple H and stuff have been doing with NXT and stuff. And now we got a whole we're merging with new superstars like Seth Rollins is now huge and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think partly due to this, and I know not everyone will blame this, but I think part of it was due to CM Punk saying "fuck off," because a big face like Punk leaves, and they're like, "Oh crap, what if Cena did that next, or what if Orton gets another wellness strike? We haven't made new talents to replace these, and with Cena be getting injured all the time, now we're at the part where they're having to focus on new talent, and it's working out well. Like, look at most of the new talent that we're talking about. Like some of our awards and stuff has been like Bo Dallas, Seth Rollins, Rusev, and stuff like that. It's like we didn't have those new talents like a year, 2 years ago. It was all the same people.
Yeah. I agree with that.
They've also fucked up royally with some new talent. More on that later.
Uh-oh. But yeah, that's my fifth and final award, and Jim does not have one.
Okay, then Mole, your fifth award?
It is later. Ascending out of nowhere. And that was Randy Orton in the ring. And both members of the Ascension walk into the ring, get up into his face, and are like, you need to leave this ring, or we're going to send you to the wasteland. Boom, RKO to Victor. Not Victor, to Connor. Then, basically, he beats the shit out of Victor. Boom, RKO. So both of the Ascension were just jobbed out to Orton. I like Orton, but I have to say, if this was if this was a lot of other superstars, how much would people be bitching?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I have to complain because it's like, as much as I don't like the Ascension, their new tag team and a team, Orton, like I mentioned in the past, Orton should not be able to single-handedly defeat both members of the Ascension. He should be able to beat Connor, or he should be able to beat Victor. He shouldn't be able to beat both. As a team, they should be stronger because I think that's what a tag team is. They should know how to take apart an opponent together.
Yeah.
And I think WWE doesn't get that a lot of times. And it's like, oh, yeah, like years back, let's have Triple H pedigree the tag team champions. In a promo, we had fuck all to do with them for no reason. And then they go shortly afterwards, Paul London and the Brian Kendrick were both fired. Now, luckily, the Brian Kendrick is back now, but still. You know what I mean? It's like, ugh. And they keep doing this mistake with tag teams. Like, how often would you see someone like Cena do like 2 AAs to a tag team? Or you see like one badass person come out and just destroy a tag team. If it was a once in a while thing, like once every couple of years, not that bad. Like when Brock came out originally when he first debuted and he destroyed the Hardy Boys. Wasn't that bad because the Hardy Boys weren't buried after the result. The tag team division was still strong and it was an isolated incident, if that makes sense. But if you keep doing this, the tag teams get hurt. Like I said, I don't like the Ascension, but they deserve more than to be RKO'd by fucking Orton and just left there for no reason too. Other than the fact Orton went out there because he wanted to send a message to Sheamus, then the Ascension come out, boom, message to Sheamus was, I can destroy the Ascension.
Yeah, they do deserve better. They deserve a not shit gimmick. But WWE Creative apparently doesn't think so.
Yeah, even with that gimmick, as long as they were getting pushed or stuff, they could be somewhat likable. Like I may not be a big fan of the Ascension. Like I said, I don't like this version of the Ascension. However, the fact the crowd were booing them with a lot of the stuff they were doing, if they'd actually keep putting them against face teams and having them win against actual face teams, not local talent, they could have been a great heel group. But now what's the big heel tag team at the moment? New Day.
Yep.
Which is pretty sad, pretty sad. But on a more positive note, now we go back to Richter.
In the ivory tower.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Uh-oh.
This is my, I should call it Screw Subtlety, but this is called the Corey Graves is an Idiot Weekly Award. During commentator, Byron Saxon asked him if he ever went on a limb and made predictions. Corey said no, but because of that, he was never wrong. So Corey Graves should be really concerned that he has a twin that appears on pay-per-view pre-shows and makes predictions, because it's sullying his image.
It should have been called Culture Shocked. No.
Nah, that's why I was like, screw subtlety.
Richter doesn't like Corey Graves. He's out to get him.
Yep.
This is week 4 on Hammer vs. Graves.
Yes.
Do you remember like last year or the year before, a simpler time when Richter was like, who is that guy?
Yeah.
Now you know.
Yeah. I got what I asked for.
Damn you, monkey paw.
Pretty much, yeah. He came out of nowhere. Who is this guy? Who's Corey Graves? Or his evil twin. I don't know.
I'm guessing he doesn't make predictions on the pre-shows. He makes educated guesses.
Oh, okay.
It's completely different.
Oh, yeah.
It's like when people gamble, but it's cool. They have a system.
It's an educated guess. Those are wrong, but my predictions never are.
Yeah.
Got that heel logic going on.
Yup.
So now on to our match and promo of the week. So take it away, Marcus.
All right, scroll back up here. So my match of the week is Cena versus Cesaro 2 for the U.S. title, where Cena wins via Super AA. Jim also has that as his match of the week.
No Electric Boogaloo?
Yeah, Electric Boogaloo. Yeah, Cena versus Cesaro 2, U.S. Boogaloo. And my promo is the aforementioned Seth Rollins calling out Brock, because despite the fact that he's like, I'm going to call him out right now, and then nothing. The promo itself was actually really good. And again, I believe Jim, it looks like Jim also has that as his promo. So it was like we agreed on the promo and match for the week. But yeah, I really did like that promo. You know, Seth sounded good. He sounded confident, did not stumble over his words, and he put the requisite, you know, I'm going to get him. I'm going to call out Brock and kick his ass. And, you know, with Triple H pumping him, because Triple H was like, you know what you have to do, Seth? I know what I have to do. I have to call out Brock Lesnar right now. And he turns to walk and walks away, and Triple H's like, yeah, that's right, Seth. Go call him out right now. And it was actually a pretty well done promo, although I couldn't tell, but it almost felt like Triple H was, well, for lack of a better phrase, being Triple H with that, of like, yeah, Seth, go call him out right now and see what happens. Like, Triple H knew what was going to happen. He's like, yeah, that's right, Seth. Call out the beast,
It's because of Triple H's massive ego. As we all know, how many times did Triple H lose? Even his retirement match, and then afterwards, his other retirement match to Brock Lesnar. He doesn't want his protege to beat him, because that means that Seth Rollins has become the master, not the student. So he's deliberately out to sabotage poor Seth Rollins.
Half the time, that's what it seems like, because, like, no, I'm serious, because, like, with this particular promo, like, Seth walks in to talk to Triple H, and Seth is like, man, Hunter, what do I do? You know, Kane's on vacation, and Jamie has broken ribs, and Brock's out to get me. What do I do? And Triple H just completely manipulates the situation, turns it around to get Seth Rollins to call out Brock Lesnar in the middle of the ring. I'm like, dude, are you trying to kill your protege? What the hell?
Yeah.
But it was such a great promo. Because it felt like Triple H being the cerebral assassin again. It felt like him just manipulating it to get Seth to go out there just to get his ass kicked by Brock Lesnar.
Yep.
After he sent him out, did he? Oh, yeah.
Go ahead.
After he sent him out, then did he turn around in the chair and start petting his white cat?
It was Stephanie in a cat costume.
Ha!
I'm Googling that right now.
I was half expecting Triple H to just sly grin as Seth walked away. I mean, that's kind of, you know, that's the feeling I got, the charged moment of, you know, it, and I haven't gotten that feeling from Triple H in a while of the cerebral assassin, of the master manipulator, and that's what I got from him with this promo of manipulating Seth, and then I expected him just to kind of grin and just be like, Seth is screwed.
Yeah, that's why it was funny straight after when he cut straight to the camera and goes, okay, now vote on the WWE app of what is Seth Rollins right now when he calls out Brock Lesnar? Is he A, doomed, B, royally screwed, or C, completely fucked? Vote now.
They should do that.
They should. I would totally vote on that one. But yeah, it just felt like a, you know, like a classic Triple H promo mixed with a really good Seth Rollins promo. So yeah, I like that one.
Thanks.
All Triple H needed was his long hair, and it would have been like vintage Triple H, because then you'd have had his hair whipping around with the water dripping off it.
It's modified long hair. We said vintage, so it just anyway.
Yeah.
So, Mole, your match and promo of the week?
My promo goes to a Seth Rollins promo from SmackDown. Seth Rollins calls Brock a coward for what he did last week. And he also mentions the fact, you damaged my brand new $56,000 2015 Cadillac CTS. Thank you. And he said, now, this, to me, it's not about what the car was. It's not about how much it cost. $56,000 to me is just change. That's like change I'd lose down my couch. It's what it represents. It was a gift to my friends. And you destroyed a gift between my friends. That's sacred. And then a truck pulls in and joins Seth Rollins going beep, beep, beep. And it's the wrecked car. And Paul Heyman comes out. And Paul Heyman starts cutting the thing about how I could use many metaphors right now, but the only one that's actual is the fact that car represents what you will look like after my client's done with you. Seth's like, no, that represents what your client will look like when I'm done with him. And Paul Heyman starts to go, do you have any idea who I am? I am the advocate. And Seth Rollins just goes, oh, shut up, Paul. Basically, after this, you're going to be the advocate for nothing. He's like, yeah, okay, the advocate that did that damage to that car, I'm going to destroy Brock. You'll no longer have a client to advocate for. I am the architect. Bring Brock out right now and I'll kick his ass. And Seth seemed like really fucking violent for him. That makes sense. Like, he's pissed at Brock. And I do love the idea of him being like, £56,000, that's $56,000, that's just change. I'm upset because it was a gift to my friends. I'm like, that's kind of an interesting way of going for it with this, instead of the normal, you destroyed personal property stuff. And I'm like, that's kind of interesting. I kind of like that. But that was on SmackDown. That was the opening of SmackDown. My match from SmackDown, match of the week, no surprise who wins, but it's Rusev versus Fandango. Rusev won. Fandango actually put in some really good offense and seemed like he might win until right at the end when Rusev managed to put in the accolade and wins. But I was like, it's not a bad match. It's cool seeing Rusev is healed. Wonderful, wonderful hero Rusev. And as the people know, I am, without doing the sarcasm, I am actually a fan of Fandango, so it was cool to see him. And I'm like, he actually stood a chance almost.
Now, was Rusev wearing his classic gear? Like, what was he wearing? Did he have the wraps on his feet, or did he actually decide to put boots on this time?
He has boots.
Good, so he got smart and decided not to break his ankle again.
Mm-hmm. Well, he wasn't against Ryback.
Oh, true, but oh.
Challenge accepted.
Challenge, there you go.
Yeah. Although I'm hoping it's not. I was a little worried about Seth speaking of that.
Oh.
On SmackDown, Ryback gets Seth Rollins up, to do the shell shock right at the end. As he falls backwards, he sort of does it at an angle, and you see Seth just holding his shoulder.
Mm.
And I'm like, oh, fuck off. No. No. If you injure Seth Rollins, no. Fuck off. You've already injured.
I'm pretty sure he'll end up on Galactic Force Wrestling if he injured Seth Rollins.
Yeah, he should do it. Yeah, at this point he should do. Yeah, and like I said, it's already been ridiculous with the list of people he's injured have been like Kofi Kingston, Dolph Ziggler, Bo Dallas, CM Punk, and many more. It's like, what the hell's why? Why is he still employed?
Yeah,
because he looks big. Fuck off. So does Big Show. He doesn't injure people. At least we can keep Big Show around. I'd rather have Great Khali around. He didn't injure people as often.
Wait for it.
Well, yeah, obviously he killed a guy. I know that's what you're getting at. But that wasn't his fault.
I expected you to say it.
That wasn't his fault. That guy was actually a celebrity, and that was Marcus dressed as him, with like the Giant Gonzalez style chest abs. No one here remembers Giant Gonzalez.
I do.
Yay! Victor remembers Giant Gonzalez.
I've heard of
him. There's hearing and there's remembering. He was weird. When you saw him, he was weird. He was like Khali Mark 1.
Oh, I've seen him. I've just
I've
just never didn't watch back then, but I've seen after
that was a weird match where like he chokes out Undertaker with like the fucking chloroform at WrestleMania. Undertaker's going to the back, and so he comes back like later on, which technically the match should have ended, and that should have ended the streak if people want to be technical. But it didn't because they decided the match can continue because Undertaker was well and he won. But it's like that. Oh no! But I will admit I did buy into Giant Gonzalez as a kid at the Royal Rumble when he steps over the fucking rope and just tosses Undertaker around like a rag doll, like into steps and stuff. I'm like, oh my god, this dude's powerful. And when I've been watching it back as an adult, I'm like, really? He's dressed like that?
It's on crotch hair.
Yeah, I'm like, oh no, my nostalgia glasses are broken. I'll have to go back to the opticians, the nostalgia opticians.
That needs to be a thing. We need to do that as a review. We should make like a company that does that takes things from the past and makes them way better.
Yeah.
So like reanimate Thundercats and stuff and give them like Dragon Ball Z air battles and stuff.
Yeah. And there'll be things like hey, which one's better? And it'll be like a picture of Beast Wars and a picture of G1. Well, Beast Wars did have better story. Ooh, sorry, you're going to need extra thick nostalgia glasses to bullshit your way past this. Ooh, and it's just huge, like fucking nostalgia goggles. This is how this works. Has no one ever heard of a nostalgia optician before?
There you go.
And I believe it's now over to Rick to round us off and deliver this in his sweet, soothing, calm, almost like Calamia T voice.
Okay then. So I did not have a promo of the week, but my match of the week was, I believe this was the opening one on NXT of Sasha Banks and Charlotte versus Emma and Dana Brooke. Because that was a really solid match.
Nice.
It was the best part of the show. Also before it, when Sasha Banks is making fun of him, calls Dana Brooke Little Miss Piggy, I was like, I could see that. But it was a pretty good match. Ended with one of those, like, Sasha Banks throws the her submission on the legal one, and Charlotte does her figure eight on the non-legal one, and they're both like tapping out.
Nice.
Like they've done that, but it's still kind of cool. It's like, aha, they both lost, even though that's not how that works.
Yeah. Hey, it works. Sometimes the unlegal person gets tagged in. It's just covered their bases.
Yeah, there you go.
I do like Emma since they got rid of the dancing Santino gimmick. When I saw her when she had like the brown hair or whatever it was, and they made her more serious, I'm like, I like her like that. I liked her in NXT before they brought her on to the main roster, and then she started to do that fucking stupid dance. I'm like, oh. No, and then she was just a joke on the main roster, so it's like, yay! Hopefully this will help her. Sort of like Molly Holly syndrome. Like Molly Holly with Crash and stuff. Even when she was with the Hurricane, and I know, boo, nostalgia goggles, I need to go to the opticians, whatever. But basically, she wasn't that good as Mighty Molly or whatever. But the second she had the short brown hair and was like a serious competitor in the ring and stuff, was more virtuous or whatever it was meant to be, I was like, I like her like this. I liked her anyway, if that makes sense. But I was like, I really like her like this when she's more serious.
All right.
But I don't know if that's just me with Molly Holly syndrome. I missed Molly Holly.
Yeah, she was good.
Molly go around. Yeah, I only ever saw her with like the Hollies, and like I don't even think I saw her with Hurricane. I know she was there because I remember, the To the Hurricycle bonk, but I didn't see her. Like it really, I wasn't watching during that thing. I just saw that clip, but she was pretty cool.
Yeah, of course you weren't watching it then. You were busy watching the slaves building the ivory tower for you.
Wow.
Construction needs to be built. That's why we haven't seen QJ for ages. You need a conservatory.
Wow.
That wasn't meant the way that you may have taken that. I just meant it was a joke because he's never here.
Right.
I could have made the same joke about Aeon.
That would have been... There you go.
In fact, yes. I'm going to retcon it.
Okay.
I made the joke about Aeon.
Oh, okay. Ha ha ha. No, retcon the wow with a ha ha ha.
Yes.
All right, so there you have it. Our awards and match and promo of the week for previous week in wrestling. So hopefully you will join us again next Sunday where we will go through some more. So thank you everyone for joining us, and good night.